So my name is Anthony DeVolder. I'm a New York City resident. I recently founded a group called United for Trump, so if you guys want to follow, that would be awesome. My question's directed for both Blair and Brandon. Well, Brandon's an idol to all of us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was now freshman House Representative George Santos going by another name, Anthony DeVolder. Now, look, I've been saying, like, half jokingly, half not jokingly, the recent stories about Santos, I don't know what to call him anymore, about, like, if that's his real name. Well, it turns out I was kind of right. Now, that 2019 clip showed Santos / DeVolder / whoever this person is in an audience addressing a panel at New York City event, encouraging members of the LGBTQ community to leave the Democratic Party. So it's their own version of walk away, and you could see like Blair White there, a anti-LGBT trans woman. I know it's very strange, but also very lucrative for them. Now, that introduction came just months before he ran for Congress the first time and lost, using the name George Santos, as the New York Times reported. Now, that said, he used other names, and you even had a Republican official that was introducing Santos questioning it. Here's that.
George Santos. George, who we know is a friend, and he's known as Anthony DeVolder to me. So I don't know where George Santos came into the thing, but that's what it says here.
I mean, you know, I know him as Anthony. There's George. He's a friend of ours, but apparently we don't know a lot about our friend. Like, we don't even know what his name is. What's going on here? So now, by the way, he stepped up to the podium after that and introduced himself as George Anthony DeVolder Santos, commonly known as just Anthony. Oh, do we? Okay, so wait, is that it? Is he Anthony? Or is he George? What do I call you? Who are you? Now, Insider reported that Santos also listed his full name as George Anthony DeVolder Santos. But CNN has also discovered social media posts from 2020, of which he goes by the name of George DeVolder. I mean, all of these things are, these names apparently are interchangeable. Okay? You know what would solve this problem? I want to see the birth certificate. Yeah, you know what? I'm going there. Let's see the documents. Let's see the papers. Come on. I do. I want to see them. Okay? Just for verification so that I know what to call this guy. Let's see the documents. Because look, he's such a prolific liar that we can't trust anything that he says. Anything. And by the way, add that to the number of ridiculous lies he has told other people. For example, some of the more ridiculous ones. He said that he claimed that he played volleyball at Baruch College in New York. He did not go to Baruch College. And then he took it a step further. He said that, oh, you know, I went to Baruch College and I was a star volleyball player. And by the way, I was a star volleyball player until I had to get both of my knees replaced. Not just one, both of them. My knees blown right out being a star volleyball player. I used to be a adventurer like you until both of my knees got blown out. And okay, Anthony or George or whatever your name is. Again, Baruch College said we don't have any record of this guy at all. And by the way, he also claims to have graduated summa cum laude, ranked top 1% of his class, he says. I'm in the top 1%. I had 3.89 GPA. He's doing so good. He also posted his GMAT score on his resume, which is funny. You take the GMAT for your MBA, right? Then just post that you have an MBA. Why would you post your score? It doesn't make any sense until you realize the guy was just making things up. He was just like, oh, I got an MBA here. I went to this college, star volleyball player. Oh, until I lost both my kneecaps. Very, very sad story. I'll tell you about it sometime after I make it up. Oh, here we go. I got a 710 on my GMAT here. Okay, yep, that's the ticket. That's the ticket right there. Yeah, 710. So worked at Goldman Sachs. Really? He didn't work at Goldman Sachs. He didn't work at Citigroup. He never again didn't run a pet charity. Remember, because I did a story where he had claimed that he ran a charity called Friends for Pets, or like Friends of Pets, something like that. That they checked the records, they found that it didn't exist, that it wasn't a charity, that there were no records of it at all, of a 501c3. He's not Jewish. He says, oh, I'm a Catholic, but I'm Jewish. His family, he claimed, ran from the Holocaust. They didn't. They were born in Brazil. He also apparently had been married to a woman, I think up until like 2019. And now he's openly gay, allegedly. I don't know. I don't believe anything he says. But aside from all the ridiculous, goofy stuff of him lying on his resume, he's also under investigation for financial issues. So, okay. The company he started back in 2021, called the DeVolder Organization, had no website and was dissolved not long after it was started, and yet somehow made him a six-figure salary, from which he, I believe, loaned his campaign money from. So that would be a campaign finance violation if that's true. And so there are other issues that they're investigating for, but again, mainly due to this financial stuff. It's gotten so bad that Nassau County Republicans have called on him to resign. Now, that's New York Republicans, right? When it comes to the national Republicans, people like Kevin McCarthy are like, oh, no, you know what? We shouldn't shut him for lying. I mean, we shouldn't shut him at all. Yeah, maybe he's made some mistakes. But, you know, he voted for me as first speaker. And he's a solid Republican vote in a Biden district. So, you know, we're just going to ignore that. You shouldn't shut him, though, because he's very politically advantageous for me and the rest of the party. So, you know, we're just not going to do anything.